Morning everybody, it's me again. My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small little business in Mansfield, Nottinghamshire called The Flower Patch. First of all, before I start, I just wish to thank a few people for commenting on my flowers. Thank you to Lorraine, especially, a valid customer of mine. That's really so sweet for your comment, Lorraine, and I'm really, touched by what you said. And also thank you to Irma, who lives in South Texas in America. They've still got the hot weather over there. She's saying it feels, slightly a bit like it's 111, even though it's around 102 today. I really do feel for you with the hot weather. I wouldn't be able to cope like that. We don't get it as hot as that over here. Hence today again, the jumper's on. It's raining again. So we've got it again all week and all weekend and all next week, unfortunately. But I won't let that deter me. I won't let it make me feel sad. I'll still be my jolly self. And also thank you to the new subscribers. And also Sandra as well. I won't forget you, my darling. Thank you so much for your constant messages. I feel like we're becoming friends even though we haven't seen each other. But, that's really sweet of you for your comments too. And I'm glad I'm giving you some good ideas. And also, again, like I say, thank you for all the new subscribers. I'm really overjoyed by it all. I just can't believe how many of people are subscribing to my page. I did have a little bit of a teary moment about it, because I was overwhelmed by it all. Not sad tears, it was happy tears. So anyway, today we're going to do a little garden planter. For the people who are too busy, they're too busy with the work, or they haven't got time to be in the garden, and also for people who not really a gardener themselves, but just like to see pretty things in the garden. So this is going to help you, and you don't have to water them, so that's a benefit. First, what I did, I've put, for the weight of this, I've put a few decorative pebbles at the bottom. It doesn't have to be decorative pebbles. It could be pebbles on your garden, gravel, sand, anything that's quite heavy to hold your pot down. Like I said, I don't know if you can hear it. I've got some pebbles at the bottom for the weight. So if it's a windy day, it's not going to tipple over with the weight of the flowers and everything. I've filled it with my oasis as well, and I've also put my moss on top and pinned down my moss with my moss pins. So that's that already sorted. So for today, for our foliage, I've got quite a lot out, which isn't unusual for me. You may like this one. This comes, the palm comes as, one great big bunch like this. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 palm leaves on the bunch. And what I'm going to do is spread that out, and I'm in one, and I'm going to stick it in the centre and then work everything else around it. So that's what we have for that. I've still got a few of these little wildflowers left over that I want to use, and just dot those in as well. Of course, I won't go without my fern. I've just bought the whole bunch out. I've just ordered some more actually. I just can't help myself. So that's what I have in one bunch. I've got several bunches down there. I bought out some oddments as well, because I may want to scatter those around the bottom. That I've cut off of a stem that I used, and I had these left. So I've just gathered them together in a rubber band to keep them all together, so they don't lose themselves while they're in the bucket. And I've also got the one other fresh stem as well, in case I run out. That's just a backup. I've also got some ruscus. It's very long, It's got to be, oh, goodness me, 90 centimetres long. I don't know what that is in inches, I'm not quite sure, but in feet, 90 centimetres is 3 foot. So I've got a couple of those out. I've also got the big leaf as well that I might use, which I said the other day, with the, you know, the hint of yellow veins in. I hope you can see that one. They're very large, you know, especially compared when you measure them up compared to these. These look actually lost against them because these leaves are absolutely huge. But I want to use them. I've also got some of these. These are what I cut off again, some oddments that I've had in my bucket. But I also bought a fresh bunch out. Again, I may scatter those around as well. So that's all the foliage. Now for as flowers, I have the delphinium. Or it could be actually stock. But I've got those. The stems on them are approximately 90 centimetres as well. The leaf is slightly flocked, but I hope you can see how pretty they are and how full they actually are. Some I've seen where they're not as full, so I try to avoid them. I like to look for the full ones. So I've got 3 of those out, and I've also got out some, this is beautiful, some purple hydrangea. And it's got in the centre a slight little hint of green. I hope you can see that one too, because that looks exceptional when you stand here like myself and you just look at it. So I've got 3 of those as well. I've also bought some gerbras out, which are like a mauve colour with a pinky lilac sort of colour, and they're also really sweet as well. They're not too in your face, you know, they're very subtle and, you know, they'll just blend in nicely. So I've got, I think about 5 of those. I've also brought out the wildflower as well, the pink, just to set off the purple, because I don't just want it all purple. So these are like a cerise pink, and these are very, very pretty. I really do like these. If it was up to me, I'd use a lot of them, but I can't just keep putting them in that colour. But those as well. I've also got some English lavender. I mean, I haven't fluffed these up yet. As you can see how straight they come. Oops, I've just pulled the head off. That's a good start. Let me just glue it back on so it doesn't come off. That's better, and wipe around any excess glue. The leaves are slightly flocked as well. They leave a bit of a dusty grey on your fingers, but they're very pretty. I do like those as well. So that's your lavender bush. I've also got some pink carnations out. I've only got 2 stems with them having 3 flowers on. I've fluffed those up already as well. If I can just come closer with you for those. They're a lovely baby pink colour. And I really, any carnation really, I think look wonderful. So I've also got those. And these apparently are called soft gerbras, but to me they look more like daisies, wild daisies. But they're also a purple on the tip, like a lilac purple, with it going pink to the centre. So they're very pretty as well. So I've got those as well, and last of all, I've just cut 3 off a stem because I don't want much. I want these to use as a dep, and now these are your peonies, and they're also in a baby pink, and I think, oh, they're so pretty. So they're all as flowers and as foliage that we're going to use today. So I'm just going to slide them all at the end to give me some room. Just make sure nothing falls off. And this is where we're going to start. I've got my scissors out. I haven't done this yet because I wanted to show people who've not, you know, seen me do it. But when I have, like, you know, your moss hanging over the edge, all I do is just trim around to give it a neater look with my scissors, so nothing's hanging over. Just give it a haircut, I say, just to straighten it up. And make it look quite tidy. So that is all of that. Let me just get rid of my rubbish, everybody. So now we're going to start. And like I say, first of all, I want to insert the palm. I will place this in different, you know, move the leaves around. It's got a lovely, lovely lime green against a dark green. You know, it's like a two-tone. It looks really pretty. So first of all, I'm just going to glue it in, and then I'm going to arrange them. So let's get it in first. It's quite a big bulky stem. It's very weighty, so you know, that's the reason why I put in the pebbles at the bottom. Right, it's not going to be, you know, really big. Well, I say that every time, don't I, everybody? So all I'm going to do is just manipulate into a position to allow me to work around it. If you know, you don't have to bend them all over. You can just bend some at the tips like that, so they sit higher up. Mind you, that one, if you look down in the centre, you can see where they are supposed to be placed. I'll move that one. That one looks like it's in the centre. And just bend the tip, or even bend the whole of the stem from the bottom. It's your choice. You know, if it looks how you'd like it to look, then that's wonderful. So I'm trying to just make it look as natural as I can. I've done a few of these for my garden, and they look absolutely wonderful. Even though I have got palms, ferns and everything in my garden, you know, big fatsia plants and everything, these, the way I arranged it, they looked absolutely wonderful. So realistic. I even had a neighbour ask me where I got them from, and I just said in my workshop. Right, I'm just going to do it like that. I've just remembered. Let me get my turntable. One moment. So then I can turn it around to show it you. So that's how I've got it. Just placed. They're not all, like I say, at the same height. I'm trying to make it look as natural as possible. Right, first of all, after we've done that, I'm going to put in these big leaves, if I can find them all. I may not, if I look at them, they may not go very well. If I just take off just one stem and just see how it's placed. See, these people put your tags at the bottom. Oh, I shouldn't keep moaning about the tags, should I? They're not going to change them for me. Right, just manipulate your stem, and you could easily have those, you know, just coming out. The odd one, you know, mixed in with your fern, which will look quite nice. Because these leaves are very airy and wispy, something with a you know, a bolder and bigger, fuller leaf really, you know, gives it that extra touch. So we're going to put some of these in. I'm going to place these near the centre, and then just slightly, again, just manipulate it and make it look like it's in, you know, involved in the actual plant. I mean, my husband especially, is a really keen gardener. He puts lots of plants in one pot, and once all the flowers grow, oh, it looks amazing. So I think we'll put about 3 of these in, and no more, with them being so big. And just bend this around how you'd like it. I hope you can see that, how it just leans over along with the palm. So I'll put the last one in. I'm not going to put all of them in, even though I bought 2 stems out. I think, you know, 3 is enough. And then we'll put this one on that side. So that's how it looks at the moment. Excuse me. Oh, thank you, Irma, for asking about my throat. I think it's down to the weather, because it's, you know, it's raining and but yeah, it's warm. I mean, I say warm, sort of warm to us English people. I think it's the change, you know, when we did have a bit of sun and then it changed just to rain. I think that's what's done it, but thank you anyway. So with these ruskers, I got these from a local store when I went out with my friend who's a florist, and we just went out for a coffee and we decided to go shopping as well, and I spotted them. So I bought a lot of these. I can't, it's not a case of that I haven't got any, it's just a case of I can't just buy one. I really can't just buy one, because one's not going to go do much for me. I have to go and, you know, buy 10 or more, because you know, what's the point buying one? I understand some people, you know, they are limited to their finances, you know, that's understandable. When I first started I was, but now I've got quite a lot. See, these are longer. I could even just put one in, you know, in the centre lifting up, or I could cut these down. I may cut these down because they are quite long, and just scatter a few around under the bottom, just leaning over. Let me just take that little bit off at the top. So we'll put this just here, because we've got all those flowers as well, so quite a lot. I'm going to take the bottom leaves off so it gives me a bigger stem to play with, and I will save those. And I'll cut off those little prongs where I've just pulled those leaves off. I'm going to put one just there. And then I'll take one from here. I'm trying not to overload it, everybody, with greenery today. And we're going to put this one here. Just sticking out, giving it a bit of different texture. So I won't use the others on those. I've just bought more out than I need, just to be on the safe side in case I change my mind again. So let's get rid of these big ones as well. Now we're finished with those. Right, my eucalyptus. I'll just take the band off without pulling any leaves off. And I'm also going to start and incorporate some of those, if you can see, just in the centre as well, just to make it look like there's just not just the palm in the centre and there's something else growing, you know, out of it. I hope you can see that. I don't know if I can bring it slightly closer. Oops, I've caught it on the band. I could have cut this off, but singular ones, but I decided to leave it off because I thought, you know, that may also add slightly different feel to it, not just having one dotted everywhere. I don't think really I need too many of these. I'm going to put a few coming over the edge here. Just like that. Well, again, I know I talk a lot about my cat, but again today, he's decided to go on and sleep on my son's bed because he's at work. I don't mind that. Just clean the stem, no fluff. I think I'm going to cut this band off. I've got it wrapped around everything. It's a good thing to invest in is elastic bands. If you get fed up of your flowers moving around in the buckets and some fall into the bottom, and just tie them up in a band and it keeps them all together. And then I think I want to put one just through here. Right, I'm not going to put any more of those in. So I will get rid of that one. Just get a band. Just again. And just wrap them back up. Right, my fern. My lovely fern. Let's get a stem out. You see, it already looks quite full, especially when I'm looking at it from above. I don't know if you can see that too. But the secret to it all is all your spaces underneath to play with. And again, it's not like me not to put a lot of fern in, but I'm not going to overload it with fern because I want to see more of the floral this time. I'm just manipulating the stem so it looks more of a natural touch. And I'm going to have a few hanging here as well at the bottom, because that will soften up any flowers as well that will go down at the bottom. Like I say, I'm not going to put too many of these in. These come quite curly. The thing is, because these aren't wired here, you can't, I've tried several times by softening them with the heat of my fingers to stop them, but then it just goes back into place. So there's nothing really with these that you can do apart from obviously the main stem and manipulate the main stem. Excuse me. I've got four on here, so I don't think I'm going to put any more in. And also turn your leaves around if you think they're facing the wrong way. to put the last one just there. So that's just giving a slight softer touch as well with the fern. So we'll put the rest of the fern. Oh, I've got one on its own, so I'll use it. Let's have a look. There. So we're finished with that, so we'll get that out of the way. I think because there's quite a lot of greenery, I want something just sticking up slightly higher instead of just the palm on its own. So I really do, you know, just to give it a different texture and also a slight bit of airiness again. I'm only going to slightly bend them because I want them to slightly stick up. I'm not going to trim these short. Like I say, I need them long. Put that one in. Just turn it around. Place that near the centre as well. Right, so I'm not going to use any more of that. I may use these at the bottom just for like, well, my tutor used to call it for like, obviously it's your boundary at the bottom. Your boundary is actually round here, but just to cover underneath your boundary, she always suggested something, a bigger leaf which is fuller, you know, just to finish it off, because if you're having all wispy leaves and things like that, you need a bigger leaf, you know, to give it that different texture. So we'll keep them out at the moment so I know what I might use them in a bit. Right, let's get us flowers up here. Right, now I've got these, and I think these are beautiful, still in the wrapper. Sometimes I forget to take the wrapper off. Usually when I get delivery I take all the wrappers off so then I can just grab them. I've got a bit of a wire at the bottom. So I don't want to put those in like that because that's going to look daft, you know, it's going to look really too big. So I am going to cut these. So they'll be about there. So I want perhaps one there, with me having 3 out, and then one there, and then another one on this side. So we'll do that. And with them being tall as well, this will give it another dimension to your feel. And I'm just going to slightly, not much, because these do tend to stand upright. So I'm going to have it like that. And same with this side. With these big flowers, I'm trying to aim for the centre, you know, to place them in the centre, still giving me plenty of room around the sides to put the rest of the flowers. I think I may have cut that a bit too long. I'm just going to take a little bit more off. And place that one like that. So then you've got it all around. Now the hydrangeas, I want more in the centre. I could actually put them on the end. Oh my goodnesses. Changing my mind, everybody. I could put these in the centre. Oh, I've got such a choice. Do you get that feeling when you've got such a choice and you know, you think, oh, that would look nice in the centre, that would look nice in the centre. In fact, they would look absolutely lovely in the centre. Let me take these tags off. Oh, I really don't like these tags. I've got to stop. I'm complaining about it. There's nothing they're going to do. That's one. Take the other one off. Now this is how they come. They come all compact in transit because they did have, you know, a wrapper around them. I had a little play earlier with this. Oops. So I just stood, you know, at my workbench. And I just thought, well, that would look lovely like. So it's more realistic look when you've got it like that than like that. That just looks, I don't know, too compact and it doesn't give it that airy feeling. So I will place these, I think, in the centre. Just around here. So it sets off, you know, all your delphiniums or stock. I can never tell the difference between the delphiniums and the stock in artificial because they all look very, very much the same. So I'm not going to cut off any single stems of these. I'm just going to place this in as it is. Just head for the centre. Just a slightly bit down. Just space out your little flowers. Oh, they're so pretty. They've even got buds on as well. Don't know if you can see that, everybody, how it's looking at the moment. I always say it'll look much better as we get nearer to the end. See, these could also be mixed around the end. So I might leave the big one there. Excuse me. In fact, I've got the wispy ones here. They could go lovely around, yes. Me and my mind. I'm going to cut these off in a singular. The main stem in the centre has 3 flowers on. They do push up and down, so you can have them, you know, higher or lower. But yes, the main one in the centre has 3 and the others just have 1. So I'm going to try and put a couple, well, I say couple, a few hanging around. And I think with this one, I don't want to cut it. I think it's lovely as it is. Oops. I may take the leaf off because that's a leaf that shreds. And just hang. If I use another one and do exactly the same. Yes. Turn that one around. Just so it sits like that. I take the centre one off of this one as well. See, now that's got a head missing. So if I take it, oh, I can't. It's glued in. Right, so we'll cut off this then, just the bottom one, so it's left with 2. I didn't see that when I purchased them, but and then that's like that one. So then around here I'm going to put these here. I may actually put these on picks because they're not very long. I'm going to throw these because they do thread. So let me just get my picks, everybody. So just push that there. So I'm going to elongate it. I may not even need it this long with the pick on, you know, but I can cut that down. Just put your tape around, secure it in place. Let's just have a look. Yeah, we're going to cut it down. Now I'm going to insert it through the palm leaf. Just like that. Get another one for this one. I tend to go slightly down, even though the flower stem finished there. I go further down onto the pick just to give it that extra support. So that one was there. Put that one here. I hope you all had a good evening last night. After we had our lunch or dinner, should I say, tea. Some people call it in the evening when you eat tea or dinner. I call it tea. 12 o'clock around there, it's dinner to me because it's lunchtime. People call it lunch, which we do. Some people do. And then I sat down and I had another catch up after I did a bit of research and a few orders, taking a few, researching again, and especially going on the Leaf site and ordering more of the soft fern, the rubbery effect that I like. So I've ordered some more of that, and I've ordered it also in a burnt orange colour as well for the autumnal season. Right, let's just have a look where this one can go. So I've got one, two. Right, it's a bit lonely down here, so we'll put one in there as well. As you can see, let me bring this closer. I've scattered the what I think are daisies, but they class them as gerbras on this tag, but I've scattered those around. I do need something I think quite tall in the centre, and that's what's making me think, shall I put, let me just bend it so I can see the height. Oh, that looks pretty. I could, oh yeah, I'm going to put one, oh, do I put one of those in? This might be quite lost with it being a smaller head. Yeah, it's a bit lost. So I'll put one of the hydrangeas in. The leaves are silk. They're very soft, very, very soft. They go from a darker green into a lime green with a little tint of a red tip. They're really very soft to touch. They are silk. They're not like the paper effect that I was talking about yesterday. Now these may be slightly hard to cut because they're quite, oh no, that weren't, actually that weren't too bad. So I'm going to fluff the leaves slightly and just fluff the hydrangea so it doesn't just sit compact. And I'm going to put that in the centre as well. Like I say, just to give it that slight bit of height. I can't see. I say height, let me just bring it back up. Just so you've got something in the centre. I've got two more that I've taken out. I've got more of these, but I didn't want to bombard them because they are quite big with the heads. In fact, I've got bigger ones, but the bigger ones are more of a two-tone. Now, I think I'm going to cut these shorter. Like I say again, just fluff everything up. Oops, one of the flowers have come off. I can see it just here. Unfortunately, I can't glue those because the glue will show on those. Oh, another one. It will show. There it is. Because they're very delicate. I will get it in, everybody. Bit. So I may need it actually a bit shorter and just put it at the bottom. Yeah. Take about another couple of inches off. Oh, my husband said I couldn't have the arrangement that I did yesterday. We've got too many. I'm going to probably sneak it up. Make out I didn't know where it came from. No, it wouldn't really stop me that much. It just probably spot it and then just not say nothing then. I don't know. What are we like? I'm going to do the same with this one. So I've just glue that head on. And wipe any excess glue around it, because you don't want your customers spotting dried glue on the outside of you where you've just glued things on. But try and incorporate some of these little flowers through the leaves of the hydrangea so it looks like they're coming out the other side as well. Doesn't want to sit there. So that's how we've got these hydrangeas at the bottom. Just slightly bend that one over. Just coming out. I've got, like I say, the 3 small peonies that I did cut down. because I do want those also to bring a bit of a colour just at the bottom. So I'm going to put 3 around. Let me clean the stems. And I'm going to just place them just there. Because it's nice to also have, you know, a bit of a colour, you know, at the around the bottom instead of just sitting at the top. I do like peonies. I've also got a peony on my garden as well, and it's the same colour as this. It's absolutely stunning. They just don't flower for long, that's the only thing. It's a shame because they're very, very, very pretty. So that's with the peonies at the bottom around here. Like I say, I've also got my carnations that I got from Bella's wholesale florist, where she does an online every Monday around 6 o'clock, and she sells her goods to her loyal customers who tune in, and she's got some fantastic things. If it was down to me, I'd buy every one of them, but you know, you have to stop yourself. I think I'll run out of room eventually, so I'd have to make my husband, with him being a joiner, making things like the workshop I'm in, you may have to extend it. So the pink carnations, I've fluffed those up, and they've got the leaves on like you would get the carnation sprays if you bought them in, you know, real, and they look exactly the same shape of the real carnation spray foliage, and they are really, really pretty. So with those also, I'm going to just dot those around. I only might need just one of these, and let's just cut that one at an angle. So in fact, let me bend it over so I can get as far in as possible. There we go. In fact, I might put these at the bottom as well, or just slightly above the peonies, because I don't just want greenery, I do want flowers. I have done one where it's just greenery. Oh, and that came out lovely. So I may, because there is room at the bottom as well, so let's put some at the bottom, just where I can see this space. And I'm not going to really bend those over, I just want those to be sticking out. Don't know if you can see that. One here. Alongside that. 2. I need something there. One here. Space just there. Yes. So I'm not going to use that one. With me having these gerberas in the mauve, I think I'm going to put these higher up because they are on a long stem. I've got one bent here. I'm just going to straighten the stem. Just get the flat bit there. Just bring it back up. So I think I'm going to put these. Oh, it's still got some of the wrapper on. Crikey, I think I need to get my eyes tested. So I think I'm going to put some of these sitting at this height here. Because you've got these lower down, you need, you know, and these are quite tall, you need something just not as high as these, but just slightly lower to fill in around the top. So I'm going to cut that. These are very, very strong stems. And if you can see what I mean, just like that. See, now this one's a different shade, but they all came in the same pack. I don't mind. I like a variety. Oh. So one behind here. That. And then another one just here. So then that started to fill in the spaces around here. I do have some more, but I also have my English lavender bush. And I haven't fluffed these up yet, so, because like I say, they come really compact in transit, because obviously they're all on top of each other and they're all going to get squashed, but that's not a problem. I actually quite enjoy fluffing them up. Does anybody else? Or is it just me? Some people have, who I know have, you know, have said that, you know, it's very time consuming and they don't like doing it. But me, I just find it so relaxing. Oh, and thank you, Sharon. Oh, I forgot to mention Sharon. Sharon has sent me a picture. She had a go yesterday when she saw the video. She had a go in her house at doing the little decoration that I did, arrangement in the jug. And she's done hers in yellows and whites, and oh, it's so jolly. The colour is such a bright colour, and it's such a summery colour. It's what I call a happy colour. And yes, Sharon, it looked absolutely fabulous. Keep it up. Keep it up, my darling. You're doing a fabulous job. Everybody who's, you know, who's doing any craft work or anything, doesn't matter what it is, you know, fabulous. Welcome to our world. If you just, especially if you're just starting out. I love anything to do with crafting. I'm going to put these lavenders, because they're not a long stem, I'm going to just drape them over at the side. You can push these leaves up to give you that longer stem. With the lavender, I quite like them all individually, not all at the top. Just a few more. I don't think you can beat lavender. Like I say, I've got some on my garden. My husband loves it. I'm just bending them slightly over. I'm just going to get a couple more, probably one, that's all I may need. I found myself yesterday afternoon as well, smelling them again. Do any of you lot do that as well? Forget that they're artificial and just smell them. Right, I need things, if you can see, there's a few gaps here that I need to put something in. So, if I don't know whether I want to use them again. I think I might need something a bit more white in it. I don't want those. Let me just go and have a look, everybody, again. Sorry. Oh, I forgot. I've forgotten about these. I've got Astral Amira. I forget about that. I've got these. I've got them in different colours. Pinks, oranges, whites, like a deep burgundy. Yeah, I tend to forget. I think, oh, would they make it look a bit too... Let's just bend the stem so I can sit it in. A bit too much. I don't know if you can see that. It may look a bit too much. Let me just have a peek. I really do need something, you know, just white, just to set it off. I do have roses. That may look nice. In fact, yeah. Let's get a few roses in. These are silk roses. The leaves are a bit papery, but these on top are lovely. They're very, you know, really silky, you know, to touch. I don't, oops, that's bending. I'll try and get it back in shot. They are very pretty. They look very realistic. They look better than the ones on my garden. Never mind. Let's just see. Yes, the rose always comes to help. So we're going to put 3 of those in to make it look quite full. And we're going to put these here where it's just slightly, you know, a bit bare. And I'm going to put those just slightly hanging over, just like that. Do the same. They're so pretty. I say that about everything. They're just so pretty. I love pretty things. I love, you know, joyous things. Happy feeling, I guess. And flowers surely give me that happy feeling. So if I've got one there, I'm going to want one here. Fill this little bit of a space up. And one more. But even the foliage on these, they may feel a bit papery, but they look also so realistic. Let me just... Where's more of a space? That's quite full. It's here. In fact, I might put... like I say, I'm not an evens person, but I might put another one in on the opposite side. It's got, so mind this one. You see, it becomes quite a big arrangement, you know, as you all, you know, many times I've said, I'm in for the big, big and full. But there's times when I've been on, you know, looked on, even on my garden, I've got things where they're real and they're just as big as this. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, here. Just under here. Just let that slightly lean. And then the little foliage that I've got that I said I want to just slightly put at the bottom. Just to, you know, just to give something there, just to fill that spaces up at the bottom. And with the Mine White on as well, you know, they're blending really nice with everything else. So we're going to dot these around all at the bottom and just slightly lean them over. There's one there. Put one there. Take some off. And also, if you know, it's covering the bottom again as well. Probably about 3 more, I think. Let's just take 3 off. We may use more, we may not. And if I put one under this peony, and then that can lift the peony as well and give that a nice look to it. I've got glue wrapped around my fingers and it's following me. Do I need any more? I think I need another one here. Oh, is it too? No, it's too close. They need their own space. Put them in the bin. Just had a quick look round as I've been turning it, and there's something that's bothering me. Can't find it here. Just here. In there. It's just a bit too plain and too, you know, just on its own. So what I'm going to put in, where's it gone? Yeah, I'm going to put in one of these carnations. I'm going to put the carnation on a pick just to lift it up a little bit, so I've got that height. I start to tape around on the carnation stem first. I just go slightly above the pick before I actually get on, so it's got, the pick's got something to hold on to, and then I start to twist it onto the pick itself, and then I just go down. And then once I reach the bottom of the stem from the carnation, I carry on with the tape and go on to the pick itself, the wire pick, just to give it, like I say, that extra support. Now, just there, look, just to fill that space in, because it just looks a bit lonely. I'm not going to push it too far in. That's better. Now I've done that, I'll probably look at the others and think they need it. Yeah, they do. I'm going to, I can't just leave it as one. And like I say, it's quite a full display. Let's just get 2 of those out. Oh, I did the same thing again last night, everybody. Went to bed thinking of flowers. All sorts of different ideas were coming into my head. I didn't know which one to do first. And I just kept thinking to myself, oh, I feel like I need to get up and just go into my workshop. And I woke up this morning and the first thought that popped in my head again, flowers. I just can't help myself. I just love my job so much. I think as well with different designs, it stimulates your mind as well, which is, you know, healthy for you. I think mine's overstimulated. I think it's running on its, as I say, reserves, because it can't keep up with my mind. But I don't mind that. If I put one there and then one there, let me just look where the other one's placed. I don't want them too close to each other. There. So if I just keep that one there, so I know where it's going. Just slightly lift those up a little bit. So just go a little bit closer to the hydrangea. Because these are, delphiniums do stand upright, they don't lean. Just found actually got a bit of glue on that. Let's pull that off. Let me just check it, everyone. Yes, I'm not going to add any more in because it'll end up looking a bit more fuller than, and you know, fuller than I want it. And your flowers, I know I've got quite a lot of flowers in, but they do need their individual space. You know, then I know that one's there. You know, you've got to have a bit of gap between them all, so they can. I always say to myself, so they can breathe. And the more you've got, you know, your spacing around it, the fuller it becomes, and it looks more, I don't know what the word is really, vibrant, healthy, natural. That's for me, natural. So that's what we've done today. I'm going to show you it from the top actually. Let's get. So I don't know if you can all see that from the top, how it looks really full. and you know, really bouncy and spacey. So yes, I'm not going to carry on anymore with these. So there's for today. This is what our design, your garden plant pot, and I hope you all give it a go. It's really, really, you know, good, and you can make it any colours. I'm a bit of a sucker for pinks and that, you know, pastel colours. I do like them, as well as liking, you know, bright colours. I do like those as well. So yes, if you want to give it a go in any colour, and I hope you enjoy doing it. I've sure enjoyed doing it, and I may make a few more as well, and I may put some on my garden again. I'll not tell my husband, I'll just place them, and then he'll probably find them while he's busy gardening and ask me where they came from, and I'm just going to, the angels brought them to me. I'll make up a silly excuse. But he won't take them away. He'll just leave them there. As long as I'm happy, he's happy. So, well, thanks for all joining me again with my video, and I hope to see you again soon. I shall be doing one tomorrow. I've actually looked today, and I've got these small little candle holders, just for a single candle, a very thin one. And I want to add a bit of Oasis onto them. I don't use them at home. They're just stuck in my bedroom window as a, well, just an ornamental feature, really. And I was sat thinking this morning, I'm going to use those, and I'm going to put a bit of Oasis, you know, on them, and we'll have a go at those. So I'm going to do those tomorrow. So that's something to look forward to. I've got two different sizes, just one slightly bigger than the other. They came in pairs. So we're going to give that a bash, and let's see how we get on with that. So thanks for subscribing, you know, and thank you again to all the subscribers and all the comments, you know, like I stated earlier on, to Sandra, Lorraine, Irma, you know, a lady who sent an email, her email was Pepper Ann, you know, thank you for that too, you know, I was very touched by your comment as well, and many more of you. So please subscribe and share to your friends, and we will see you again tomorrow. Well, I say we, probably me and my cat. So yeah, take care everybody, and if Irma, please drink with plenty of water to keep hydrated in your hot weather. You know, I don't envy it, you know, I just want you to stay safe. So enjoy the rest of your day everybody, and it was great to see you all again, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.